Hi, sixth graders. This is just going to be a short review of lesson 9.5, volume of pyramids, but first we're going to start with a math warm-up. Solve the puzzle. Which number is missing? How do you know? Pause your video so you can do some thinking around it. Hopefully you spent some time trying to figure out what that missing number is. Here is how you figure it out. The diagonal squares, so for example right here we have 4 and 2. That sum gives you this number here. So 4 plus 2 is 6. 2 plus 1, 3 would fit here. 1 plus 6, there's our 7. 3 plus 7 is 10. 6 plus 3 is 9. 9 plus 10 is 19. So that's how that puzzle works. I'm just going to review this formula and show you how to you can find the volume of a pyramid. So the volume of a pyramid formula is 1/3 area of the base, big B, times height. The height is the perpendicular distance from the base to the vertex. Perpendicular means where it forms that right angle with the base. So right in the middle of that base. In the example on your screen right now. Hopefully you watched the video yesterday that showed you how they come up with this formula. If you watched it, you noticed they had a cube and then some square base pyramids, and they showed with liquid how the volume of one of the pyramids is 1/3 of what that cube was. When we're using this formula, it's helpful to remember that dividing by 3 is the same as multiplying by 1/3, since we're using that as part of our formula. So I just wanted to remind you how that works. So 1/3 times 12 over here, that means what is 1/3 of 12, which is 4, which is the exact same thing, or has the same answer as 12 divided by 3, 4. 1/3 of 15 means what is 1/3 of 15, so we'd have 5. Same thing, it's equal to 15 divided by 3, which is 5. 1/3 of 75, 25, same thing as 75 divided by 3. So I tell you this because if you're using your calculator at home, it's a lot easier to divide by 3 than to multiply by 1/3, since 1/3 is that repeating decimal. All right, here's our first example we're going to look at. What is the volume of this pyramid? So when you're doing your problems at home, it is super important that you're starting with this formula each time so your brain has a chance to remember it. So volume equals 1/3 big B times H. So in this case, I'm going to take that 1/3. I'm going to do the area of the base, which would be 3 times 4. And then I'm going to multiply it by the height, which is 7. Remember, the commutative property of multiplication tells you that you can multiply in any order. I'm going to leave the 1/3 for right now because I don't want to take 1/3 of 3. I'm going to multiply the 3 times 4 to get 12. And I have 12 times 7. Just to make some easier problems for me, I'm going to do now the 1/3 times 12. Again, this is the same as dividing by 3. So 1/3 times 12 equals 4. Multiply by my height, and I end up with 28 feet cubed. When we're talking volume, our units are cubic. All right, the next one, this pyramid has a triangular base, so it's going to look a little bit different, but I want to start with that formula again. Volume equals 1/3 big B, area of the base, times height. When I write this out, so I'm going to take 1/3, and then I'm going to write out the formula for the base. So I'm trying to find the area of a triangle, which means I'm going to do 1/2 times base times height. That's that formula for the triangle, and this has a triangular base. And then I have to do the height of the pyramid. So this gets to be a little bit longer of a problem. I'm going to do my substitution. 1/2 is just part of that formula for the triangle. the base of my triangle in this problem is the 17.5, so I'm going to multiply by 17.5 or 17 and a half. And then the height is this line down here times 6. Then the other h is the actual height of my whole pyramid, which is 10. I'm going to leave this 1/3 alone, get what's in this parentheses taken care of. 1/2 times 17.5 times 6 equals 52 and 5/10, or 52 and a half. I'm going to multiply by 10 then, instead of taking 1/3 of 52 and a half or 1/3 of 10. I'm going to leave the 1/3 alone. 52 and 5/10 times 10 equals 525. If I divide 525 by 3, or take 1/3 of it, I end up with 175, and again, cubic meters in this problem. So you're going to see this again today, where you might be given the big B. That's because the base of the pyramid you're working with might be a shape that we haven't calculated area on yet. So for this one, again, I'm going to start with my volume formula. 1/3 big B times H. 1/3, I am given big B here, so 1/3 times 21. And then I just have to put in the height, which is 6 in this case. I'm going to go ahead and multiply my 21 times 6 first, so 1/3 is going to stay there. 21 times 6 ends up to be 126. And then if I take 1/3 of 126, or divide that by 3, I end up with 42 feet cubed. One more pyramid here. I'm going to start with my volume formula. Volume equals 1/3 big B, so the area of the base times height. In this case, I have 1/3. The area of my base would be the 8 times 10, and then my height is 7. I'm going to go ahead and multiply out all of these numbers. So I know 8 times 10 is 80, times 7 is going to be 560. Then I'm taking 1/3 times 560. If you're doing this on your calculator and you do 560 divided by 3, you're going to end up with 186 and 6 repeating. Depending on what you see in your assignment today, it might ask you to round. It might ask you to represent this with a fraction. So if I'm asked to give my answer as a fraction, 186, this would be 2/3. 6 repeating is same as the fraction 2/3. Or if I'm asked to maybe round to the nearest 100th place, then I would write 186 and 67 hundredths. Again, inches cubed for my answer. I posted another video for you today to watch that shows the volume of a pyramid and an explanation with diagrams. So if you liked watching yesterday with the liquid volume, you can watch that today. And then you are on to your Big Ideas assignment for lesson 9.5. And remember, you have to show your work. There's a lot of numbers in these formulas. Most of the time, if you're getting something wrong, it's going to be because you wrote down the wrong number or you typed in the wrong number if you're using your calculator. If you have your work in front of you, it's really easy to find that error. Have a wonderful day.